So Azure knew Nina's banishment was actually a death sentence, yet he still couldn't bring himself to act. Alright, so while the judgment is being passed, the high priestess catches the other priestesses going somewhere. They tell her that the girl is innocent and that it's too cruel, but that old priestess literally tells them that having two star people is a problem that must be corrected. She speaks about Nina as an illegitimate girl who needs to be sacrificed so the star princess can be reborn. She tries to make it sound peaceful by saying they are just sending her to her next life, meaning that they are going to kill her. Back in the palace, Azure meets with Sol. He has this weird, solemn look on his face that I really didn't like. Then he tells Sol that he's still the princess's general, mentioning that the Astral Villa has already hired bandits to attack Nina during her journey tomorrow. His smile drops, and he directly asks him if he's not going to go save her. Azure thinks about it, then remembers what Princess Alicia told him about the wavering of his own existence and all that nonsense. So basically, he doubted himself and his feelings for her, questioning if he was only drawn to her because of the power in her eyes rather than real love. He thinks about why he brought her back so forcefully, thinking that he was going to protect her, but maybe it was merely because he was afraid he wasn't reflected in her eyes. He knew he was raised as a fake his entire life. His insides were rotted away until he was left as a hollow shell. He wonders if he only wanted Nina to fill that emptiness inside him. He tells Sul that he can't act because of his position, saying that he leaves everything in his hands, thinking that the ground beneath his feet was made of nothing but fabricated ego and that it's not Nina he can't believe in, it's himself, that no matter what he does, he just can't bring himself to act. The first time I read this, I didn't actually know what could be happening because I was so mad at him, but now I feel like they did something to him. That's why he can't act, even though he wants to. The next scene begins with Prince Toat discovering the sleeping incense and demanding answers about why Sett is being kept unconscious. Sol straight up tells him that it's because they don't want to risk him going on a rampage. He wants to know more, and although Sol doesn't mind telling him, he first informs him that the princess and Anne are going to return to Galgada immediately. At that, he asks about Nina, and this is where Sol tells him that her eyes had a mysterious power to attract people, and that she has always been the mysterious star princess of Fortuna. This shocks Toad for a while, but then supposedly it all starts making sense to him. This is why he has been constantly thinking about her, about someone he didn't even care about, someone who pissed him off so much. Then he wonders if this is what she did to Sett as well. Sol wonders if the clever prince understands what he's saying, but I really don't think he does. You know, he's kind of emotionally slow. Then he thinks about Azure, about how he's surrounded by despair just like once he himself was. He understands the depth of a problem that feels bottomless, and he knows that no matter what he says now, it won't reach him. Azure is intelligent, but it's going to make him overthink until he's frozen in place. All Sol can do now is reduce the regret he will feel over this in the future. Out of context, but I'm pretty sure this guy has zero haters. Like, what do you mean he cares this much about some random prince from another kingdom that he met like a year or months ago? Though honestly, I really appreciate him and his intelligence. For now, the thing that worries him the most is Princess Alicia. She is too clean and too pure. He senses no evil in her, but he doesn't feel good about her either, and the air of mystery around her is kind of creepy. We go back to the cells where Nina is sitting when a guard comes to get her as they prepare to carry out her sentence. She looks sad, empty, and completely ready to face whatever punishment they give her. While they're taking her away, she tells herself that it's all right. She already said her goodbyes and that she has no regrets. That is until Miva comes running to her. My already broken heart shattered even more because Nina asked her to stay away from her, telling her that she can't go with her. The baby tries again, but then Nina's eyes shine, making Miva flinch. She realizes what she did, how she twisted her heart. Miva cries while standing there, unable to get any closer. Nina apologizes, telling her not to follow and to go back to the castle, as she leaves thinking that she can't be around anyone anymore. In the next panel, we see the priestesses talking about how they put Princess Alicia to sleep and made the arrangements. The head priestess said that it must be carried out without fail and that Alicia must not see. She just has to believe that it was an unfortunate accident. Now the carriages are stopped on a lonely road by a group of hooded men. At first, it appears to be a typical prisoner transport, but the atmosphere shifts shifts instantly as the guards are killed. The hooded men take Nina out, wondering why they needed so many men for just one girl. Looking at them and their swords, she realizes this isn't banishment. They were there to execute her by beheading. And even after realizing that, she just stays there on her knees, her hands bound. In the end, she closes her eyes in prayer. But just as the executioner raises his sword to deliver the final blow, he is suddenly struck in the chest. As promised, Soul came to save her. He pretty much slashes all of them with his spear, and while he takes care of them, Hikami joins in and quickly cuts Nina's bonds, urging her to flee. He explains that they have arranged a secret village to the east where she can hide. He protects her from all sides, noticing how serious they really were about killing her. As he attempts to lead her away, she suddenly stops and shoves him back. Overwhelmed by guilt and the weight of her identity as one of the Star people, she breaks down in tears, telling him that it's all right and that she's better off dead, that she brings disaster wherever she goes, and because of that, she has to die. In response to her outburst, Hikami sandwiches her face firmly between his hands, telling her that back then, she was the one who told him to live. He doesn't think the decision he made that day was wrong. Maybe it was because she wished for it, but he wished for the same thing. He gently tells her that he wants to see the future she will create and that she became his hope for life. Then he begs her to live and they start running again. Once they reach a safe spot, he gives her directions, telling her not to worry because Soul and he will stop the people following her. Then he gives her a bag and his scarf, asking her to go. Despite her hesitation and repeated buts, she sets off on a new journey. Even though right now she doesn't know how she's supposed to live anymore, she carries on with tears in her eyes. Lastly, we go back to the palace and see Toat informing Sett about the incense and how Nina used her powers to control them. But it doesn't matter to him. He was still going after her, but this time Toat didn't stop him. Instead, he gave him his gun, saying that he'll need it. Without saying a word, he takes it and walks off. Before he leaves the castle, he glances over at Azure standing by the window. He doesn't say anything, but I could feel the disappointment. And with that, he leaves along with his bird Nina. Now, I do feel bad for Azure just a little because he's going through his own development and maybe he's being controlled as well. But I'm not going to lie, I'm way more excited for the upcoming chapters where we are going to get Sett and Nina together. And let me tell you, they are going to be so beautiful and so healing. But for now, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening to me. Take care of yourself and goodbye.
I don't really want to hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change.